What's up, guys? Andrew here with Astro Trends. If you're new to the channel, what we do is combine astrological forecasting with traditional trend analysis to speculate on price movements in crypto and stock markets. So taking a look at Palantir today, it's a stock we've covered a couple of times, but we haven't had an update in maybe a week or two. Not much has happened outside of what we kind of talked about in the last video, but it does look like we're setting up here for possible pumps or like quick movements, so I wanted to get an update out. Obviously, it's not guaranteed that we're going to see anything in the next couple of days, but it does kind of look like it could go off any minute. So last video we talked about, I think we were right about here, and we wanted to maintain the support here at around 21 so that we get that higher low off of this reversal pattern right here, and we would also be hitting these same lows here and kind of making a head and shoulders pattern. Not really, it's pretty sloppy. I don't know if most people would really call it head and shoulders, but it's a higher low and then a lower low and then a higher low again. So it's similar. And I think we could probably see a similar price action off of it. Couple other interesting things here. We got the RSI pretty low on the daily, and you see these moving averages. I probably have too many turned on right now and kind of bizarre coloring, so ignore that, but they're getting scrunched up here. From this price action, it's squeezing them together, and you can see big movements off of MAs or moving averages. They could squeeze together like this. If the price pops above it, it could probably pop above all of them at once. It could jangle around in there a bit, but if it gets on top of scrunched up moving averages, they can really push the price up pretty rapidly. And there's an astrological correlation to that, or there's an astrological correspondence to that I want to cover in a minute. The other thing we're seeing is the volume has kind of steadily been tapering off, and you can sometimes see that before big movements, as you know, things kind of, this isn't exactly stable, but as things kind of, people aren't sure whether it's going to go up or down, but it's showed this strong support here. It's now touched it like 3 times, 2 separate clusters here, and the second time you can see it just wicked down, and there was enough buying pressure to push it right back up, and we had this big green candle today, like a 3.69% day, something like that. So let's jump into the astrology. Looking at, I'll move it forward to open on July 29th, about 9:30 Eastern time. And we have interesting thing here is Jupiter's yesterday moved back into Aquarius, creating the opposition to Venus. It's one of the most bullish combinations you can have. Any interaction between Jupiter and Venus is going to be good for price action, for bullish longs specifically. So that's pretty nice. We got Venus trining Uranus. Now this Venus again is valuation. Has to do with value, and Uranus is unpredictability, sudden shocks, transcendence. So it's definitely the signifier of sudden price movements and volatility as well. But with this harmonious aspect between Venus and Uranus, if we do start to get, if the volume comes in, we could see a big price movement, and from the looks of the chart, it looks like that would be up. Ideally, and we dropped these target dates in.
Yeah, Patricia, Oliver,
and we dropped these price targets in on one of our previous videos, so we'll take a look at those. But they're both bullish targets, and they're coming up pretty soon. This one's on August 4th. This is August 20th, and these are ballpark. These days are selected for specific transits on that day, but when we see a correlation with the astrological forecast, sometimes it can be a day, a couple days off, something like that, so just keep that in mind. I'm going to move forward to August 4th. So we've got Venus applying to an opposition to Neptune, which can be very idealistic. The moon is right there as well, so kind of sensitive point. Moon with Neptune. Moon has to do with intuitions, feelings, ethos, or pathos rather, around a subject, in this case the Palantir stock, using the IPO date, by the way. And Neptune is dreamy and idealistic, and it's also delusional and that sort of thing. So just like not heightened expectations, but heightened perceptions and loftiness and that sort of thing. In the context of price action with Venus, it can mean just super high valuation. It breaks through barriers. It kind of rather melts barriers away, whereas Uranus is kind of busting through. Neptune just is a boundaryless, borderless kind of way of thinking or seeing, that kind of archetype. So this combination coming a week after the Venus-Uranus trine is just looking pretty good for the possibility of big price movements. It could also come more gradually. It could be a big movement one day and then sideways, that kind of thing. We were expecting to see the price action bounce around as it did over here with just so much resistance and support. Wouldn't be surprising to see it repeating that same kind of action through the same price range. And let's take a look at August 20th as well. And here we have the Sun conjunct Venus and Venus conjunct Sun. Now these outer planets or outer symbols symbolize the planets as they are now, or on August 20th, the transiting planets. These inner planets or symbols refer to positions of planets when Palantir had its IPO. So that's what's going on here, if you're unaware. And it's just real nice to have these transiting planets conjunct the corresponding planet at the same time. So kind of a mutual conjunction between these planets. At the same time, we have Jupiter moving further into place to an exact opposition with Venus. So very bullish. And so yeah, from the trend analysis and the astrological forecast, Palantir is looking pretty good. Exciting stuff, not financial advice, of course. But if you enjoyed this video, give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.